12s, get ready to hold your breath. What went down in the Seahawks last game was absolutely insane and might have just changed the entire outlook for the rest of the season. After that frustrating opener, the team came back home and turned all that frustration into a full-on show. The offense hit the field with fire in their eyes, playing like a group that had something to prove not just to the league, but to themselves. The run game finally came alive, the defense made the 12s believe again, and the energy inside Lumen Field felt completely different, almost electric. But hang on, because the news doesn't stop there. Some key reinforcements could be back as soon as next week, and to crank things up even more, there's a bold projection about the future of this team making waves right now and sparking a lot of debate among fans and analysts. Could the front office already be thinking about a radical move for next season? Or was this game the turning point we've all been waiting for, the moment that flips the switch for the rest of the year? Stick with me until the end because I'll break it all down for you, play by play, with every key detail you need, and then I want to hear what you think. But first, 12s, let's show the strength of the Seahawks Nation. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and let's push this team to another huge win together, because this ride is just getting started and you'll want to be here for every twist and turn. What we saw last Sunday was nothing short of an offensive clinic against the Pittsburgh Steelers. After a rough start against the 49ers, where the run game was a total non-factor and left the fans frustrated, the Seahawks came home determined to flip the script and remind everyone what they're capable of. Clint Kubiak came in with a much more aggressive, physical game plan, something he'd been preaching since training camp, and it worked exactly the way he drew it up. The team dropped 31 points, dominated the trenches snap after snap, and showed exactly the identity Kubiak wants to build going forward. Kenneth Walker, who had been criticized for his quiet Week 1 performance, answered in a big way, 105 rushing yards on just 13 carries, a ridiculous 8.1 yards per attempt, and a touchdown that blew the roof off Lumen Field. You could feel the stadium shake when he crossed the goal line. Zach Charbonnet chipped in as well, keeping the defense honest, grinding out tough yards, and perfectly complementing Walker's style in a true 1-2 punch. But maybe the biggest surprise, and the play that really lit up social media, was rookie fullback Robbie Ouzts, who turned into a straight-up linebacker crusher. There was one play that went viral where he bulldozed two defenders at once, creating a massive lane for Walker to burst through. Those are the kinds of moments that fire up not just the 12s, but the entire sideline. It's the type of physical tone setter that sends a message to the other team, we're coming right at you. After the game, Kubiak was asked about Ouzts' role and made it clear this is exactly the kind of player he wants to feature more often. Seattle wants to be a physical, clock-controlling team that wears down opponents over 4 quarters, and having that kind of lead blocker is a game-changer. The result was total time of possession dominance and a Steelers defense that looked completely gassed by the 4th quarter. Performances like this give the team confidence moving forward and send a message to the division. This Seahawks offense has found its identity and isn't looking back. It's still early, but seeing this level of production this soon is a great sign that Kubiak's plan is taking hold. For the 12s, it's a huge relief to see things clicking after such a disappointing Week 1, and it gives hope that this team can build real momentum. And if the offense has finally found its groove, the defense could be getting some major help next Sunday. Mike McDonald said on the Brock and Sox show that both Devin Witherspoon and rookie Nick Emenwari have real chances to return against the New Orleans Saints. Witherspoon missed the Steelers game with a knee injury from Week 1 and was a game-time decision. He even went through a pre-game workout before being ruled out to avoid any setback. McDonald explained that the call was made Saturday night when it was clear he wasn't fully ready, but he emphasized how badly Witherspoon wanted to play. This week, the plan is to get him on the practice field at least once and see how the knee responds. Emenwari, meanwhile, sprained his ankle on the very first defensive series of Week 1 and was ruled out last week, but the good news is Seattle didn't put him on injured reserve. That decision shows the team expects him back sooner rather than later, which is huge for a secondary that needs depth and fresh legs. Getting those two back would be a massive boost for McDonald's system, which is still gelling and finding its rhythm. Witherspoon is one of the cornerstones of this defense. He can line up inside or outside, blitz when called on, and deliver hits that set the tone against the run. His presence completely changes how offenses attack because he's a playmaker who can flip a game with a turnover or a big stop. Emenwari was earning more snaps each week and could be a key piece in the safety rotation. If they're both good to go, Seattle heads into the Superdome much more loaded and ready for an offense that loves to attack the middle of the field. And you know how it is, 12s, winning in the Superdome is never easy, so having as close to a full roster as possible makes all the difference. Looking ahead, you can't ignore what the national media is projecting for Seattle's 2026 draft plans, especially at running back. Even after that big game against the Steelers, the run game is still something the front office is watching closely, especially with Kenneth Walker in a contract year after a dip in production since his rookie season. Zach Charbonnet is under contract through 2026, but it's still unclear if he can be the true RB1 long-term. Bleacher Report has already listed running back as one of Seattle's top needs next year and dropped some intriguing names, starting with Notre Dame's Jeremiah Love. He's seen as the top back in the class, versatile, explosive, and capable of carrying an offense after racking up over 1,100 yards and 17 touchdowns last season. Penn State's Nicholas Singleton, a more physical bruiser, and Washington's Jonah Coleman, compared to former Pro Bowler Doug Martin, are also on the radar. All of this shows Seattle is balancing the present with the future. The win over the Steelers was a huge step in restoring confidence for the team and the fans, but the season is long, full of challenges, and there are still tough division matchups ahead. What's encouraging is seeing the coaching staff making quick adjustments and not letting things spiral out of control. The return of key defensive pieces combined with an offense finding its rhythm could be exactly what Seattle needs to put together a win streak and climb back into the playoff picture. At the same time, the front office knows you can't take your eyes off the future. A real contender has to keep stacking young talent and replenishing the roster every year. The 2026 draft could be the perfect opportunity to reload the backfield and keep this offense dangerous for years to come, no matter how this season shakes out. Now it's your turn, 12s. Do you think Kenneth Walker is about to go off and lock down this backfield for good? Are you counting on Witherspoon and Emenwari to come back and fire up this defense next week? Or does the idea of targeting a running back in the draft get you hyped or worried about the future of this team? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from every single one of you. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you don't miss any updates. This season is just getting started, and it's going to be wild. Go Hawks!